Actually, I would count this week out for anything just because the fucking snow that's coming in.
Did you knock that glass over?
I did.
Oh, that glass on the floor?
Hey, y'all want something to drink?
Bobby, watch out for the...
I fucking hate all of you. Hey, everybody, welcome to the Free Rotation Podcast. I'm Bobby. I'm here joined by Moreland.
I'm Moreland.
And purple monster Becky.
I'm wearing a sweater.
She's a purple people eater.
Hey.
Do you know what that is?
Yes.
What is it?
One-eyed, one-horned, flying purple people eater.
It's also a name of an NFL defense, the Minnesota Vikings in the 70s.
Also is what she did to Angie earlier. So
Ooh.
And a purple dildo name.
All right.
And joined by our wonderful producer and editor and head honcho in charge, Angie.
I would love if you said boo, though.
Boo. I always said Riesling. Riesling.
Hello, everyone.
Today, we're doing a first on the podcast, a true first. We're reviewing two movies.
Bobby loses his anal virginity.
I already did that with Moreland last
Oh.
night, and it was magical.
That's what you wanted to talk about.
It wasn't his anal virginity last night. It was another one.
Yeah, I called him Daddy for the
You
first
guys
time last
docked?
night.
No.
We did the whole Avatar thing where we wrap our penises around each other and connect that way.
His
fusion
penis-
dance.
His penis and my penis are about the same size, so it didn't really actually.
Doc.
Yeah, there's no.
Yeah, well,
One's got to be smaller than the other to dock in.
well,
Does
no,
it really?
I was talking
You would
about-
think.
I was talking about us, either one of us stretching our urethras out so we can fit a whole penis inside.
Oh,
But
yeah.
we looked, and it's really expensive.
And
Oh.
really painful, and I'm not upset.
Well,
So
I had-
no, like, fleshlight.
I had massive amounts of Vicodin, so we're fine.
Okay.
Anyway.
You're doing it, though.
I'm quitting this podcast. I'm going to go start my own podcast with blackjack and hookers.
You've got blackjack and hookers. There's Jack right there.
That's bull.
Okay.
Oh, shit. She popped her head up. Right? She was like, doink.
You mean me?
It scared the shit
Yes.
out of me because I thought it was a demon.
I
turning
hear
the
we're
TV
talking
on.
about movies.
We are. We're
sorry.
We're gonna talk about glass? You know, the thing that we broke earlier?
We did. We broke some
Why is
glass.
Bobby's hair turning.
And we're gonna talk about what? Kakarot. Oh wait, no,
You
hold
didn't
on.
say that.
He doesn't do that anymore.
No.
We're gonna talk about what the
Dragon Ball Z.
I heard it's
Dragon Ball Z? Is it-
broccoli, right?
We're talking about
Broccoli?
Dragon Ball Z.
Broccoli.
Yeah, the broccoli movie.
Broccoli movie.
I want to talk about how when they sang Gogeta's name, it sounded like a horror movie.
Yes.
Like it's like Tony Loose, Vandalus, and then
Oh,
they're like
it was-
Gogeta.
It was
It's phenomenal.
fantastic.
But yeah, we both. I mean, me and Moreland have pretty much the same opinions on Broly. Y'all have different because you're not super big into the fans. But what's going to be really interesting is when we talk about Glass because y'all loved it, and I had some serious fucking problems with that last 15 minutes.
anyways,
We'll get to that later.
Why don't we start with the first movie
let's
we saw?
start out with
Broly.
Let's start out with Dragon Ball Z Super.
It's Dragon Ball
Broly.
Super Broly, not no
I'm
Z.
sorry, Dragon Ball Super Broly. All right, let's start out with the newbies' opinions.
Let's
I
start with
fucking
Becky.
hated it. Period. We're done.
Did you really?
All right,
I like I said, I liked 15 minutes of it because of the narrative, and then the hour and 20 minutes of screaming and them
Whoa.
flying around in explosions were not my
first
life.
30 minutes at least for narrative. It was a backlash, and that was phenomenal. That was really cool for a Dragon Ball
right?
movie. They
It
really
was-
don't do that.
I mean, you got to meet. Okay, hold on. Spoilers.
Spoilers.
Agri
If you haven't seen Dragon Ball Super Broly,
How about before we
spoilers.
get different to spoilers, we do like a non-spoiler a review of our each of our opinions. So they want to go see it.
Okay.
And they're still like
No,
I don't know.
a Twitter 140 characters.
Yeah.
Here's what you think
Yeah.
of the movie.
Okay.
Becky,
I
not
fucking
spoiler.
hated it. Period.
Okay, Angie, what do you think? Non-spoiler.
Okay, non-spoiler. I liked it. The screaming incessantly was a little off the chart, but I liked how they Gogeted.
It's fine. It's in the trailers.
Yeah,
it's
you're
in the
good.
trailers.
You're
They already know.
OTP.
Yeah.
Baby.
I think if you're a Dragon Ball Super fan, this is a Dragon Ball fan. This is what you've been wanting to see. I mean, it's got a ton of fan service, a really good villain, a villain subplot, everything. I loved it. I want to go see it again. Moreland.
I am going to agree with everything that Bobby said because it was a fantastical movie.
For non-fans, you're gonna have a little bit of a hard time getting into it.
Oh, yeah.
But it's too
I was looking through somebody's Instagram story. She's seen it 7 times.
Holy shit, good for her.
She needs a life.
This is her life.
Is she hot and single?
She's a cosplayer.
She's single.
So, I mean,
She
Does
live
she
in Georgia?
cosplay Gogeta?
maybe. No.
No.
She did Vegeta.
Nice.
So
JJ.
Okay, but from here on out, spoilers.
spoiler alert from this point forward.
Spoilers.
So, first spoiler for me was I didn't realize that Goku helped Vegeta recognize his true potential because there was no Saiyan women. Wait, that's a fan fiction.
That was one of the fan fictions.
Yeah. Sorry.
They
How
don't.
many fan fictions have you read at this point?
Hundreds.
And the problem is there's thousands more because this shit's been going on since the 80s.
Yeah, but
Right?
no, I did mature pairing Goku and Vegeta.
Of course.
Mature pairing, so it was like
Yeah.
some of it was really like kinky.
I would imagine so. Did it involve their monkey tails?
Sometimes.
Jesus fucking Christ. We're
Right.
delving into furry
But usually
territory.
it was Vegeta needing a Saiyan woman and Goku having to be that for him.
I really
Okay.
And their fusioning.
I can
was
describe the
penis
movie.
tips.
I'm ready to
great.
describe it from a non-fan perspective.
Deal.
You ready?
Yeah.
You fucking hated it.
No. They went to. It started out about a planet named Vegeta.
Yes.
There were
Ruled by Vegetas.
ruled by Vegeta.
Ruled by King Vegeta with his son.
No. This
with
is
his
a
son,
non-fan summary.
with his son Prince Vegeta.
Okay, non-fan
This
summary.
is a non-fan
Okay.
summary. More
Planet
like keep your
Vegeta
fandom out of it
ruled
for
by
5 seconds.
Vegetas. Okay.
There was a weird-looking monster short person who wanted to destroy the planet like Darth Vader, but that happened 30 years ago in like one of the movies. I don't remember. Star Wars, whatever. So then flash forward to Goku. Was it Goku? It's Goku and Vegeta and Bulma. I got 3 of them right. And then a guy who plays a Piccolo.
His name's Piccolo.
His name is Piccolo.
You don't see Piccolo until like
They're at the beach.
more than halfway through the movie.
And then they go fight Broly.
You
in
forgot
the
about the
snow.
Anubis dog who
Oh,
looks
and there's an
credible.
Anubis dog in
a
it.
cat.
And the gay blue thing.
Yeah,
It's a
those
cat?
guys.
yes,
It's
he's a cat.
He's Anubis. He's a kitty cat.
There's some story.
Anubis is a dog,
He's a
though.
sphinx. Sorry. He's a
Yeah, he's a
kitty
Sphinx cat.
Oh.
Yeah.
There's a
Lord
part
Beerus.
where they're at the beach and then they have to go find Dragon Balls because they're stolen. I went to the bathroom during this part, so Angie had to fill me in.
Mm-hmm.
And then they went to the snow and then they fought for an hour and 45 minutes and you kind of wanted to
The
kill
movie's
yourself.
only an hour and 40 minutes long.
Exactly. That's how it felt. And then at the end, he said his name was Kakarot. I'm done. You don't even have to see the movie, guys. I did it for you.
Well, from another non-fan.
Okay.
Before it. Everything she said.
Fair.
But you do see the history of Frieza with the Vegetas and Planet Vegeta and how the planet's destroyed and why they need a woman to help Vegeta
And then the fusion
recognize
dance.
his
There's
full
no-
power.
Oh, right. I forgot about the fusion dance.
There's nothing with this.
That's right. See,
Yeah.
you forgot the
I
best
forgot
part.
the fusion dance because they went and fought and then it
Okay,
turned
and
out.
Becky did enjoy them trying to.
Oh, yeah, that was funny.
When Vegeta was like, I don't want to do a move like this, Becky lost her shit, and I could hear Moreland on the front row
I was
laughing
dead. I was dead.
So yeah, they had to finger point tip each other a
They had
couple
to
of times.
finger
They had
each
to
other.
dock, and then
And they became a Scoob once.
they became a Scoob and,
And
then
then
an
an
old
Aiden.
man,
and Aiden.
an Aiden, and then they became like
Go
metrosexual. Gogeta. What? Okay. I'm
They
done.
became Vegemite.
Okay, we're done.
Because doesn't Kakarot mean carrot?
Yes.
All their names are
okay,
vegetables.
so what it is with the name thing, the Saiyans' names are pun vegetables. Piccolo is part of like another thing back in Dragon Ball.
Musical
He's-
instruments.
Musical instruments.
He's from band camp.
Yes.
Oh, it's like a,
Yeah.
that
'Cause-
explains a reference in fanfiction.
Their family line.
It didn't occur to me
Because
before.
he had like a brother named Tambourine and stuff. Was a whole
and there was one named Drum.
yeah.
Oh.
It's a whole thing.
That guy, he
Yeah.
got the
Toriyama
short.
I mean,
loves
well,
his puns.
he gets to pound it out all the time.
Frieza's family is
All ice puns.
all ice puns. Frieza, King Cold, and Cooler.
Oh, and
Oh, I pictured
Lord
Frieza
Chill.
like that
Yeah, Lord Chill.
lavender scent, the Frieza from the...
I was picturing
Bath and Body
Febreze
Works.
a lot.
Oh God. Okay, Angie,
I like-
go with your non-fan interpretation.
Okay. So you see the history of the planet, which I really like that they give you history, and you see exactly why Broly is savage
yes.
and how horrible his dad is and how he was raised. And then stuff happened. And
Yeah,
then there
but-
was an awesome girl talk to Broly. Broly.
She's hot.
Yeah.
Right?
And I'm not into
Right.
anime chicks, but she's hot. She got short hair. Mm.
Anyways,
And then-
continue.
They Frieza stole the Dragon Balls, and Frieza just wants to be taller, which I thought was highly amusing.
It's very funny.
That's why I called him short guy. Because he wants to be tall guy.
And
No, he wants to make it look
See,
like he's
and
still
here's
hour and
growing.
40 minutes of fighting later.
Or 40 minutes.
See, here's our problem. They could have just communicated. Frieza could have said, listen, guys, I just need the 20 Dragon Balls. I don't know how many there are.
Seven.
Whatever that number is. I don't give a shit. Anyways, this is my first and last time watching a Dragon Ball movie. That's
Why
hard
are
to
you so spicy about it?
Okay.
No, this
You
is...
didn't have such a
No.
problem with this at the theater.
because now I've had time to think on it, and that's what my problem
it
is.
wasn't that bad.
Here's the thing. But wait, they could have just communicated. If Frieza had just been like, hey guys, I know we fight a lot, but I just want to be 5 inches taller.
Centimeters.
Well, because we found out Goku brought him back to life, which Vegeta didn't like.
He did not. We brought him back to life. The angel guy, the
Uh-huh.
gay dude, brought him back to life.
But it was Goku's wish, though, right?
So
Because Vegeta says at the beginning, I can't believe you brought him back to life. And Goku was like, well, he helped us.
yeah, because in the last arc, Frieza helps Goku save the universe. They team up, and it's a super. You need to watch that shit. It's fucking phenomenal. Like
Oh,
I
do I
plan
have-
on it.
Do I have another OTP?
Vegeta's jaw drops when Frieza and Goku literally team up, and Frieza sacrifices himself to help Goku win. Or help the universe win. It's bananas. But the deal was if Frieza helped them with this tournament, that we should bring him back to life. Because Frieza's dead.
Oh.
Yeah.
So he just kept it as part of a deal.
Yeah.
Well, that's honorable.
Yeah, so it was a universal tournament. There was like 13 different universes, and Frieza was on the universe 17.
Okay, so now from the fan perspective, you can actually describe it.
Okay.
Because I'm checking out. Bye.
Okay.
You want to go first or you want me to go first?
We'll joint this.
Yeah, sure.
So it starts out with backstory for Broly of
Yes.
how powerful he really is.
Yes.
And King Vegeta doesn't like it, so he sends him off to planet Vampa, which is a inhospitable planet.
It's
Monsters.
the shithole.
Yeah, it's the toilet of the universe.
It's Birmingham, Alabama, at the universe.
No, I like Birmingham.
Birmingham's not the bad.
Okay, it's
Oneonta.
Oh, Yonta.
yes.
Yes.
No, we
Go back to sleep, Becky.
It's
brought an A for you.
Tuscaloosa. Tuscaloosa's a shithole.
Yeah, it's
After the tornadoes.
it's the toilet of the universe.
Yeah.
So King Vegeta sends him out there mainly because mainly because he's scared. Not because he's jealous, but mainly because he's scared because someone with that much power usually lets that power corrupt them and they go insane because of the power. So he sends him out there. Well, his dad says, "Fuck this, I'm going with him." Steals a ship and goes with him. So he raises Broly on the planet for about 5 years, a part of that flashback, and then Planet Vegeta is blown up by Frieza.
Yep. It's a whole thing. Boom. Yeah, it's so.
And it shows that Goku's parents, his dad, kind of figured that's what Frieza was going to do, so he saved him.
Yep. So
Superman.
It's the canon version of Broly and Bardock the father of Goku.
yes.
Because now that special is out of canonization, which is still a really good special. I recommend
It's
everyone
still
watching
it's
it.
still pretty good.
Because in that, Bardock's a fucking asshole, and this he's actually like a dad.
Yeah.
It's also cute to see Kid Raditz.
And Kid Vegeta too.
Well, we'd seen Kid Vegeta before, never seen Kid
But
Raditz.
still, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
it was very cute to see both of them. And Vegeta just nonchalant, fuck it. I mean, Frieza blew up the planet, didn't even care. Like, okay, seems good.
No. Nappa told him that it was an asteroid, remember? Because he doesn't find
Oh,
out
yeah,
until
yeah,
the Namek
that's
saga that Frieza blew up. That's why he's pissed off.
Right. Yeah. Random asteroid blew up the planet. Okay, seems good. Okay. Well, all right. Well, then you jump forward
30 years.
30.
30, because Goku's in his 30s.
Oh, you
It was-
also
it
find
was
out
40s.
that Broly lost
Yeah.
his tail. Broly lost his tail in a big fight
Yep.
on Vampa. Remember, he lost it to that monster? He killed the monster because he turned into the monkey.
Okay, so, yeah.
And
Right.
he lost
Yeah.
his
Yeah.
tail.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think that's important to know. 'Cause he doesn't have his tail, but he still went into that monkey
Yeah.
rage.
He still goes into the rage and accesses that power.
Which is sick.
Yes. So while they're on Vampa, they train and fight and live and survive. And some of Frieza's minions, one being the hot green girl. She's
Here's
not
a
bad.
distress signal.
There's already fucking, I guarantee there's already hentai of her. It's frustrating.
Oh god, there is. So they pick up what's his
Broly and Paragus.
Paragus. I couldn't remember his dad's name for the life of me.
Yeah, you're fine.
They pick them up and take them back to Frieza because they meet the requirements of over 1,000 power.
5,000.
It was over 1,000.
Whatever.
Because at this point, the Saiyans are pretty much extinct, and
Yep.
Frieza can't find powerful people for his army. Like, their
Exactly.
power was, what, 200?
Their power was very they were at least over 1,000. Somewhere around 1,000, and then
No, I mean the girl in the
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
they're
pilot.
weak,
yeah, they were somewhere around 1,000. But Vegeta or Broly's dad was 4,200,
Something like that, yeah.
and then Broly was
Didn't register.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he was
it broke.
off the charts.
Yeah.
The scouter actually broke.
And you got to consider that the thing went up to 99999.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My thing
So-
is, why did they change it from power level to battle power? That's what I was curious. To change it because it was power level forever, and now it's battle power. I don't get it. It's fine.
Because why not?
I'm just being nitpicky.
Yeah. So they take him back to Frieza, and Paragus is just like, okay, yeah, you blew up the planet. Don't even care.
Yeah, I hated Vegeta anyway.
Vegeta's still alive. Oh, I want to kill Vegeta.
Yeah.
Can we go fight Vegeta? Let's go fight Vegeta. So they go.
Kakarot's mine.
So they go fight Vegeta. They go to Earth. He's like, well, oddly enough, I'm already going to Earth so I can get 5 centimeters taller. So let's go to Earth. So they go to Earth, and he's like, well, now I'm going to have my Saiyan fight your Saiyan. So
Do an hour and 45 minutes of yelling.
It was like an hour and 30 minutes
it was an hour at the
of
most.
yelling.
The movie was only an hour and 40 minutes long.
That was an hour and 25 minutes too long.
it was. So then cue the Vegeta getting or Frieza getting the Dragon Balls. Vegeta slowly fighting and having to power up every time as he's fighting Broly, because Broly is getting stronger as he fights.
Yeah. Literally a quote from the movie.
Yeah, literally, he's getting stronger as he's learning as he fights. He's getting stronger as he's fighting.
Because always up to this point, he's always fought his dad and those big dumb monsters.
Exactly, and those were simple tasks.
Yeah.
Okay, let's take a moment. So, because you missed a plot point that probably wasn't important to you.
Oh, okay.
The friendship with the monster.
Yeah, Broly's because remember he's got the fucking fur on his leg.
Well, that doesn't really matter as much as.
No, it does though.
It does though. Moreland.
Because that's why he can't be reasoned with. He never had a friend. He's only known how to fight. And his one friend was the monster, and his dad wouldn't let him have a friend, so turned the monster against him.
Yeah, his dad made him go.
And the monster would never talk to him again, and would really try to kill him every time he saw him. So he wore that monster's fur on him.
his ear.
Yeah, which is why the green girl really wanted to help him and save him, because he never knew what compassion felt like.
Yep, and she steals the.
And you can see that when Goku
shock
tells
collar.
him, "You're not my enemy. I look in your eyes and I don't see an enemy. Why are we fighting?" But Broly doesn't know any other way to be.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, but she steals the. Shock collar that Paragus has, or the remote to the shock collar to rein in Broly. He's like, oh, it does a small shock to rein him in. Small shock my ass. That put Broly on his fucking knees.
Yeah.
Like that's
essentially a cattle prod.
that is not
Yeah.
a small shock. That oh Jesus. So she steals it and smashes the remote. And that's why at this point, as Broly starts fighting, he's not able to stop.
Yeah.
Because he's
entered the monkey rage.
yeah, well, yeah, he starts to enter the
And then he goes Green
oh,
Saiyan.
hold on, for Becky, the Ozaru raid.
What?
Dragon Ball Evolution, they call him the Ozaru.
Okay.
Because that movie fucking sucks.
It was the only thing you've seen. I thought maybe you might remember it, but you don't because
No.
you're lame. But I've always called it Uzaru. What about you, Bobby?
I always call it the Grade 8 form because I was
Grade
a
8,
dumb
yeah.
kid and I couldn't pronounce it.
You might complain about that, but wait until you watch Last Airbender and they keep calling him Ong. Like
Don't-
there's not an
don't-
entire series
I've-
where they called him Aang,
Don't
and spoke his name.
don't even.
And the
we're
Avatar.
not talking about
We're
that.
not talking about that.
We're not talking, Becky. We're not talking about that. So don't worry about it.
But I'll take over for the plot from here.
Okay, go for it.
Okay, pretty much happens. Vegeta fights Broly, gets his ass whooped. Goku steps in.
Wait, no. Vegeta fights Broly. Vegeta then powers up to Super Saiyan.
What is it? You
Fights-
putting R's in words? Now they're fighting.
They're fighting.
Shut up. Bite me. You know what?
Right, you-
Fuck it. I'm leaving.
Okay.
Fuck
Anyway,
it.
so as
Fuck it. I'm leaving.
Vegeta goes from Super Saiyan against Broly. Broly beats him. Vegeta goes Super Saiyan 2. Broly catches up. Vegeta goes Super Saiyan God for the first time ever.
Not ever.
He's never done it on screen though. He's never gone Super Saiyan God. He's gone Super Saiyan
He went.
Blue. He's never gone God though. It was a big deal.
He went Super.
He never got-
I swore he went Super
No,
Saiyan
because-
God when he was fighting Frieza.
Oh no,
With Golden Frieza.
He went Blue. He just went straight to Blue. He never went God. That's how it worked. Because it's like
God is the red one, right?
no,
Yeah.
yeah, God, and then Super Saiyan God is
And then
the
Super
Super
Saiyan
blue.
Super
Blue.
Saiyan God. Super
Can
Saiyan.
I just interject?
Is the
I
blue
feel
one.
bad for anybody who's colorblind watching this movie trying to figure out what Super Saiyan they're going.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're kind of fucked.
Yeah.
You don't watch anime to colorblind though. It's
Anyways.
for real people.
Anyways, continue.
Goes up to Super Saiyan God. Broly gets even more pissed, beats the shit out of him. Then Goku steps in. It's like, hey,
My
Hey,
turn.
yeah, my turn.
Literally my turn.
yeah.
Wait.
And he's fucking hopping around and shit. I was like,
Hold
oh,
up.
Goku's excited.
Before they started fighting, Frieza goes on his long Frieza rant, and he's like, blah, 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 blah. And he's like, and Goku says, can I ask one question before we start fighting?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And Frieza's like, fine. What does repugnant mean?
Yeah.
Something you despise.
Yeah, Goku is confirmed idiot.
No, Goku is the most innocent person on the planet.
Yeah.
Ever.
That was so
period.
Super
adorable.
naive. Super
What does
naive.
repugnant mean? I could just see him sitting there like, it's just.
He's like, I don't. He's lost in the conversation. He's just like, what is that? Hold
does
on, wait a
Frieza
minute. What does
say?
that mean? What does that mean? I don't understand.
And then Goku fights, goes to the very...
So can we talk about how base form Goku is practically on par with Super Saiyan God?
Well, the thing is with that...
Vegeta.
Well, the thing is, there is, in the manga, there's a bit, because the manga is slightly different from the anime, there's a bit where Goku has a better handle on the God Key than Vegeta does. There's a bit in the manga where there's a like, throwaway line where it's like how Goku can access the God Key without going red. So I think that's what they're alluding towards in the movie. That's why
All I know is he's fighting base form, doesn't even go Super Saiyan, fighting base form, and keeping up with Broly. But Vegeta couldn't keep up with Broly, and he's Super Saiyan God form.
But Vegeta, at least in the manga, is on par with Goku, and in the anime. I think they're just doing it to extend the fight. That's what I think they're
Oh,
doing.
and Goku didn't really beat him, but he did. And
Oh,
then
he was-
Frieza kills his dad.
Oh yes.
Oh, yeah.
The major plot point.
Yeah. Well, Broly, Frieza's like, oh, yeah, I remember this. I read this happening on Namek.
Like, hold on. Let's see if this is going to help.
Kills
oh
Paragus.
no, Broly!
Yeah.
A random energy burst killed your dad.
And Broly goes Super Saiyan. Not
But
legendary.
green.
Not then. It was green was later on. He goes normal Super Saiyan because his hair's still yellow. And then later on, his armor breaks off and he's legendary. We don't know. Yes, the forms haven't been confirmed.
He's got the
the green means he's the prophesied one, right?
Probably.
Yeah,
He
he's
is
got
the
the
Saiyan.
yeah, he's got the Great Ape Rage mixed in with being Super Saiyan,
Yeah.
which just makes him ungodly
Yeah.
strong.
Yeah.
So how did the world like it showed them turn Antarctica into lava pits?
they were-
how did
yeah.
it survive that?
They
Dragon Balls.
Oh.
yeah.
Guaranteed Dragon Balls.
Yeah, they were
The biggest MacGuffin in all anime. Dragon
yeah,
Balls.
exactly. They start fighting and literally shatter the universe.
Yeah, they break it through to a different dimension
Just break through to like 2 or 3 different
Yeah.
dimensions.
at this point.
And then Goku's like, okay, so I can't take Broly. Hold on, wait a second.
So he messaged Piccolo. Might have to come see you.
Send an AIM. Send an instant messenger chat.
Well,
Ding.
his antenna have Wi-Fi, so
Yeah.
He slid into those DMs.
So he tells him, look, hey, fight's not going quite the way I want it to. We might need to come see you. Okay, sounds good.
And what I thought was great is that Frieza has to hold off Broly for a fucking hour because when you fuse, you can't defuse for like, what, 20 minutes?
30 minutes.
Yeah, so Frieza has to hold him off for a fucking hour. Just getting his shit
And
wrecked.
Frieza went into his gold form and still got wrecked.
Yeah.
They're like Vegeta Vegeta and Goku are like, all right, we got to team up. We can't take this guy by ourselves. We got to team up.
But Vegeta won't do the fusion dance.
Well, they fly up to him. They fly up to Vegeta or to Frieza and move out of the way.
Yeah.
And there's Broly.
Yeah.
He's blind rage.
Yeah.
All he's doing is beating on whoever is literally in his path.
Frieza has no toys. He's like, oh, fuck.
Yep. And they instant transmission away to go see Piccolo and have a conversation. Hey, let's fuse. Okay.
Vegeta's like,
no,
I'm not doing that stupid dance.
I'm not doing that stupid dance. Just with making the weirdest pose in the world.
Yeah, it's a
like a
little aggressive.
ballerina, like diva pose.
Exactly.
I'm not going to dance like this.
I'm not doing that stupid dance. And well, they do the dance, and the first time their fingers misalign.
Yeah.
And they form Fat
Dude.
Gogeta.
Yeah.
And then they do it again, but the angles of their bodies
yeah,
are
the
wrong. It's
angles
like
weren't
45 and 60,
Yeah.
so
Yeah,
they make
they-
super
Well,
skinny
Goku has
old
to
man.
compensate because Vegeta's smaller than him.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But they misfuse, and they fuse Skinny Gogeta, and then finally they get it right.
Gogeta!
Yeah.
And epic music starts playing.
Every-
I
Angie
like
starts
when-
reading fan fiction.
Yes.
Every Dragon Ball fan gets an instant
And I
rock
like
hard
when they
boner.
appear-
I had a
Peter-
boner during the entire movie. I don't know what you're
When
I
talking
had a
about.
halfie.
When they appear in front
No.
of Frieza, Frieza's like, oh, now who the fuck is this? And they're like, we are Gogeta. And he's like, you were dead for a long time. You confused now. And he's like, oh, that's not fair.
That's just not fair.
That's
What
not
the
fair.
hell? Come on.
I
Like,
did
seriously.
enjoy the brief Whis fight versus Broly. Like the Whis is just like deflecting and pushing him away,
He's
and
like,
stuff.
"Eh, nah,
showing
nah,
how
nah."
busted Whis actually is.
Right.
Yeah, it's just bananas. And then Gogeta goes through the various Super Saiyan stages. It was great.
The prismatic thing was beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, is the 5-second delay rainbow bomb.
Yeah, at the it's
Oh.
phenomenal.
Love that thing.
Because
Soul
Goku
Destroyer.
didn't want to kill Broly. Vegeta had no qualms about killing him. Because
Right.
he's like, you know what? He's got way too much power.
Yeah.
And Goku's like, no, don't kill him. But somebody stepped in and saved him.
Yeah, the little green girl's like, I'm gonna steal the Dragon Balls. We're gonna wish him back to this planet so he can't hurt anybody, so he can be at home. I like
Exactly.
that. It's been really funny that I really enjoyed the best part of this movie was Broly's character and how he actually made him into a character and not like because in the
Just not a
yeah,
mindless
yeah.
a
That was
mindless
the-
attack drone.
That was the problem in
Right.
the original one. He was just mindless and it wasn't great. He has character. He's still alive, which is awesome. It means he can come into the show or manga at
Exactly.
some point.
Well, they get him to then she and the blue guy go there and
No, orange guy. He's orange.
Oh, he's orange.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just holding all these balls with that ass in front of him.
and he looked like a lizard thing. He was adorable. But they get there and realize, oh, what are we gonna eat? And then Goku pops in
Yep.
with some
Goku
Bulma things, which I
The
guess
capsule
she's like a
capsules.
Yeah.
fantastic alchemist.
No,
scientist.
she's a scientist, and her family is like essentially her dad's Jeff Bezos, but like super smart. They're just they
Oh.
own
Yeah,
the Capsule Corporation, but you can put anything into those little capsules.
Oh yeah,
Cars,
that's the
planes,
that's the
boats.
big thing throughout all of Dragon
Houses.
Ball. Dragon Ball
I didn't know
Z.
what a sensa bean was when
Sensa bean?
Vegeta asked him, "Do
It's
you
another
have any
MacGuffin.
sensa beans?"
It's a
another MacGuffin. It's literally a
little
bean that you eat it. It restores your power, heals
Come on,
all your
yeah.
injuries, and restores your power back to full.
with no drawbacks.
because Goku forgot
Yeah.
them,
Yeah.
And no drawbacks.
and
So-
Goku didn't bring any to the fight. So Vegeta's like, "Well,
That's how.
we're fucked."
That's how a lot of times it works. Like they'll just, oops, we forgot. Now we're in trouble.
Because I think it's
Yeah.
important to remember that Goku gave Broly those beans.
So
Yeah.
the beans that they get are grown by a
Bulma?
cat named
No.
Korin.
They can talk
He can talk. He
I'm
carries a
getting to like
cane.
Dragon Ball more and more.
He carries a cane.
with a fat samurai named Yajirobe. Hey Becky, you okay over there? You being
Yeah.
like what?
But then,
Oh yeah. By the way, Becky is still here. She
Yeah.
You know.
the entire theater cheered, and I didn't understand why everyone was like, "Oh my god!" When at the end, Goku turns around and says, "Well, if you don't want to be my friend, at least train with me, so I can increase my power level." And he was like, "She's like, we don't even know your name," and he's like, "I'm Goku, but you can call me Kakarot."
Because Goku has denied his Saiyan heritage the entire time, and finally does by
But
saying
some
it.
people didn't like that. I was reading on Reddit. A lot of people had a big problem that he accepted it, but he merged.
One of
with
our friends did, too.
Vegeta. Yeah,
Who the
Dan
fuck
hated it. Dan is like, no.
Dan, get the fuck over. Dan's
Yeah.
a moron.
No,
I love that shit. It's,
all right. So Vegeta won't call him anything but Kakarot because that's his Saiyan heritage.
And when they fused, maybe
And-
he got some sense of.
Well, I don't even think it's that. I think it's he knows that there are very few Saiyans left in the universe. Period. End of story.
And no Saiyan females.
Let me keep some kind of Saiyan heritage between at least us Saiyans. You know, Vegeta's Vegeta, Vegeta's Vegeta to everybody. Goku was born and raised, or Goku was raised on Earth. Doesn't have any semblance of Saiyan heritage in his, in his mind. But let's have a little bit with, the Saiyans that are left in this planet or left in this universe. Let's have some.
There is a fan theory that how when he was a kid, his he had that head injury that made him like lose his Saiyan heritage or Saiyan blood, not blood, but
lost all his
pride.
memories and everything.
There's a fan theory that over the years the injury has slowly started to heal. That's why, like in Dragon Ball Super and stuff, he's been a bit more aggressive with fighting and stuff. So there's a fan theory, and it makes sense. You watch the Universal Tournament survival arc, you'll see why.
Headcanon fan theory.
Yeah. Well, it makes sense. There's like legitimate things. It's not just some bullshit. But that's one of the reasons I think he said the Kakarot thing. But I thought that was great because Goku, at everyone in the show, the only development he gets is a new Super Saiyan form. He gets no character development. Vegeta has kids, actually gets a dad. Goku's like, Piccolo, you want to be a stepdad?
Right.
Here you go. Oh, I'm going to die for 7 years. My youngest son, your mom will take care of you. Goku's like the worst fucking dad. Confirmed.
Ever.
Piccolo is Gohan's dad.
Okay.
Piccolo's Gohan's father figure.
Yeah. But anyway, I fucking love this movie.
Okay, so everybody, on a scale 1 to 10?
Sure.
Becky, scale 1 to
3.
10.
Okay.
Angie, scale 1 to
For
10.
the 30 minutes that there was narrative.
I would say for what it was, not going in and being a Dragon Ball fan, I enjoyed it. I'd give it a 7.
Okay.
7.
I did enjoy it. The screaming was a little bit much.
Your opinion worth a watch.
Yeah, definitely
Becky's
worth a watch.
opinion.
If you're not a fan, and this is your first time going in, my opinion is, if you're not a fan and you've never been a fan, take your hour and 45 minutes and do something better.
I think maybe I'm a little used to the fighting like that because I watched a lot of Fairy Tale.
That's fair.
And there's episodes after episodes of that.
On the opposite, my biggest problem with Bleach were the chapters and chapters of fighting.
Yeah, the filler arcs
Yeah,
of fighting.
I can't stand shit like that. Don't do that to me. I don't want to watch it. I don't care. It doesn't move anything forward. That's cool. I get it. It's for guys. I get it.
Okay, so Becky is a
3.
romantic, does not like the epic
No, I
battles.
like it when there's purpose, but all that was an hour. You could have gotten there in 30 minutes where it took an hour and 15 minutes. That was my opinion.
It's fine. It's
Okay,
fine.
so Becky's opinion's wrong, but okay. That's fine.
It's a 9 out of 10 for me only because of the really bad CGI that's really blatant, like during some parts. It was super fucking bad.
Yeah, I give it a 9
It was like
out
watching He-Man.
I was about to say,
at some point.
I give it a 9 out of 10 as well.
Which, by the way, the new He-Man movie coming out. Go watch
Who's
that
playing
shit.
He-Man? Jason Momoa.
No, it's CGI.
Oh, never mind that. I'm not watching it. I hate that CGI.
I also give it a 9 out of 10. I thought it was a fantastic movie, and there was fan service within the fan service.
Yeah, a lot
because the movie was fan service. Period. End of story. That's why it was an hour and 45.
Well, that's
40
why I'm
minutes
going
long.
back to my point. If you're not a fan, don't
Yeah.
waste your time.
That's why.
But guess what?
Everybody that was a fan of the original Broly movie,
Yeah,
just
that
Dragon
whole
Ball, Dragon
theater
Ball Z.
clapped and cheered.
Oh,
yeah.
Except for me, but we were like,
Yeah,
But-
this movie's the third highest grossing anime movie in America.
but
Cool
I
story,
did
bro.
come
You know
out
what
of
the
that.
highest grossing anime movie of all time is?
No
Your
one cares.
Name,
No one cares.
I know.
which was
That movie's
actually a fucking good movie.
That movie's great. I love that movie.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Why are you so fucking mad?
Just saying, because I watched Dragon Ball and now I'm aggressive.
because she had to watch an hour and 45-minute fight scene, and she didn't like it because she's a girl.
That's
sexist.
is sexist. Considering there were a lot of
Ain't
girls
racist,
in there.
She's brown.
Exactly.
Okay, it's because she's brown.
That's because I'm proud.
You
Sorry.
misogynistic bastard.
Exactly.
But I did come out of that movie thinking that I liked Goku as a character. I didn't realize he was so likable.
Actually, you really came out of that movie realizing you like Gogeta fanfiction.
Yeah, I read a lot of
Her
Gogeta.
new OTP was.
And I looked it
Vegeta.
up on Pornhub. Spoiler alert: there's no animations on Pornhub
Thank
that I
God.
could find.
But anyway, we saw a second movie this past
So
weekend.
Yes.
that was movie number 1. It was amazing. Final thoughts.
Okay,
Amazing.
blah, 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 whatever. Let's talk about Glass.
So we're gonna go with movie number 2. So we'll start out like we did the last one. Spoiler free review.
Spoiler free. I think it got more hate than it deserved. I thought it was actually a really good movie and a good ending to the trilogy. That was my opinion. I get a lot of people didn't like it for the last 15 minutes, which we'll get into. But at the same time, if you're a comic book fan, it was a good movie.
Angela?
I thought it was a fantastic movie. It wasn't up to the same level that Split was, but it was fantastic. Yeah. I thought it tied up any loose ends you may have had. The way it used footage from the first movie was fantastic. Oh, yeah. Like, that was really good.
Bibby?
I really liked this movie until the last 15 minutes. And then y'all saw how mad I got.
I enjoyed the movie. I thought it was a fantastic movie. I would go, like Angie said, I would go see it again.
I'll go see it again. I have to watch the last goddamn 15 minutes.
I'd go see it again. I'd go see it again. It was a very fantastic movie. I enjoyed it.
So now we're into spoilers.
Spoilers!
Yes.
So Glass is the third installment of the Unbreakable series.
Unbreakable
trilogy.
Yeah. And then Glass.
Which, funny enough, I have not seen Unbreakable. I went to see Split before I've seen any of these.
Weirdly enough, I literally watched it the night before.
You did it the right way, though. I mean, at least you watched it. Shit, a lot of people. I saw one of my coworkers went to go see Glass, without seeing Split or Unbreakable. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing?
Like, at least
see Split.
Yeah, at least Split. Because it kind of explains, like, Split itself was supposed to be going back into the history of it. Split, you didn't know it was part of the Unbreakable series until you get into the movie.
You didn't even know.
Until the end of it.
At
the very end.
When you see Bruce Willis, he's like, well, shit.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And so there was no way to know it. But Glass kind of picks up where Split ends. Versus
Bruce Willis is looking for him. He's going on his walks.
Yeah.
And looking for him.
Yeah. Because he saw the news review of the
newsreel.
The news when he was sitting in the diner, so he starts going on walks and looking for
the Horde.
James McAvoy.
Yeah.
He doesn't know. I don't think he knows what the Horde is. He just knows that there's this guy that's been kidnapping girls and
he starts looking for this crazy motherfucker. Basically,
he's crazy. But
go ahead. So if you don't know anything about Unbreakable or Bruce Willis and his powers, he's basically superhuman in the fact he can't get hurt in any way whatsoever other than water. He can drown.
Yeah.
And that was explained in Unbreakable.
Yes.
It's not a mental thing. It's the fact that his body is so unbreakable. He can't push the water out of his lungs.
Yeah.
Right.
It doesn't work. You can't push the water out of his lungs.
Yeah. Right. And he also has a psychic link. When he touches someone, he can see
brief glimpses into their mind.
Yeah, brief glimpses of practically
what they're gonna do.
Bad things that they've done or gonna do. And that's how he
determines his bad guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, the cat was distracted me for a second.
I thought she
had a whole
I thought she was I thought she was shaking her head no, like that's not how I'm like,
no, it does work like that.
Yeah.
But then on the flip side, you have Samuel L. Jackson's character, Glass.
Cleric.
His
Becky
cleric.
puts L's, you put in R's.
Yeah.
It's fine.
It's Glass.
Character is a class.
It's fine.
He was in the initial Unbreakable movie. He
was the cause of the initial
He set up
Unbreakable
everything.
movie.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so you find out a little bit more about him. You see the flashbacks, and I don't know if they were actually in the original Unbreakable, but you see flashbacks of how he became known as Glass, like his legs breaking.
There's a couple of I think there's one or two scenes of him. Oh, what's also really cool about this movie, what I really enjoyed is his mom is the mom in the flashbacks in Unbreakable. That's the same actress.
That's the same
Really?
one. They used all the.
You know what's fucked up? Samuel Jackson's older than her.
I know he's like 6 years older than her.
Yeah,
it's hilarious.
But it's because he's aged. His bones and the way he breaks. You can imagine how much you would age on the outside.
Yeah.
But so
all that pain you live with every day.
Yeah.
God, no wonder he's demented.
So what ends up happening is you have Bruce Willis's character and goes out trying to find James McAvoy's character. Ends up finding them, releasing these girls that had been kidnapped, and then
they fight.
They fight.
They have a brawl.
And then they get trapped.
They throw tables. They throw a single table back and forth to each other. They play catch with a table.
They play ping pong with a ping pong table.
Yeah.
No, they played catch with it because they threw it back and forth and caught it.
I just like to picture the ping pong.
Yeah.
It's hot potato.
Someone's
hot potato. Hot potato.
So the Beast, which is James McAvoy's
character,
superhuman character, gets wrapped around the Overseer.
Bruce Willis' name.
Yeah.
But let's talk about the Beast real quick.
Okay.
Because we learned in Split that the Beast isn't an evil character. He's an avenging angel for broken people.
Yeah.
People who've been hurt, abused by society, abused by people who should love them, because the main person, Thomas, I can't
It's
think of his
Kevin.
name.
Kevin.
Kevin.
Yeah.
Was
Kevin
abused
Wendell
by
Crumb.
his mom.
Yes.
So what you find out is the,
After his dad died.
yes.
Which
So-
will tell you how his dad died in a
Ooh,
little
dun,
bit.
dun, dun, dun. But yes, so the
twist.
beast isn't supposed
one
to
good
be
twist in the
evil. And it makes you wonder why he picked those cheerleaders. They must have done something.
No,
to someone.
no. The thing is, at least in Swarmer and Split, he picks those 3 girls, and then he kills the first 2 because they weren't hurt. But
Yeah.
Anna Taylor-Joy's characters was
She's
molested.
broken.
Yeah, molested by her uncle.
Yeah.
And-
That's why he ends up relating to her, is because
Yeah.
she's broken
And why
inside
he
as
lets
well.
her go. Because he had... Oh, Split was so good. Like,
Right.
when you think about Split, Glass doesn't stand up. But
Like-
it's good for... It's good.
Aren't you glad we randomly went to see that one
Yeah.
one night we went to see movies?
When we were going to see Resident Evil and it was sold out.
Oh, thank God! It's sold out. Split's so much better.
it wasn't sold out. They didn't show the
Oh,
last
that's right.
showing.
They didn't show it, yeah.
Yeah.
Why? That's so
Because
weird.
nobody went.
Yeah,
but-
it was-
So we
no.
went to see Split, which was totally worth it.
Yes,
Oh,
that
yes.
movie's phenomenal.
Yeah.
But getting back into Glass, what ends up happening is both his name is David,
Yes.
the Horde, and
David Dunn.
Glass are put into a psychiatric facility by Sarah Paulson's character.
Glass has been in the psychiatric facility
For 20
Since
years.
Unbreakable.
Yeah.
since the end of
For 20 years.
Unbreakable.
But this is like when all 3 of them are finally
Yeah.
put together.
And it's the best part of the movie.
It's a
So-
perfect storm.
Yeah, the best part of
Exactly.
the movie is what happens in the hospital. You have really cool character interactions. You have Sarah Paulson's character try to convince these guys.
They're not
Yes,
superheroes.
She
and that's
convinced
super
me.
cool.
Like, I
That's
was
super
convinced.
cool. I really like that breakdown of superhero conventions. And that scene where it's all 4 of them in the same room.
Right.
The best scene in the movie.
here-
It's not
No,
fucking close.
It really
that-
was because
it
at
was
the-
incredible.
Because at the same time, if you think about it, we're looking at the perspective of them from their perspective.
Yeah.
We see them as what they see themselves. So then you get flipped on its head where you are seeing them from their perspective, being told, you're not superheroes. This is all a mental
Right.
thing.
She even had the Horde questioning the Beast.
Yeah.
Okay, so you said this was the best scene in the movie, right?
Yes, best scene in the movie.
Most of us would agree it's a
Yes.
great scene.
Because
I watched Found Flicks on it last night. He said this scene was a waste of time.
What?
What?
It sets up the whole premise of the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only thing I would have liked
But
is that scene had been in the movie.
he also
earlier.
had the
Yeah.
he also had the same thing with Bobby of the last 15 minutes, the twist after twist after twist.
Right.
Well,
and
no,
you
I
needed
don't-
that scene to set up
I
the
don't
end of the
have
movie.
a problem
Yeah.
with there being 3 twists. Okay,
Oh,
I'm gonna go
and-
into that in a second.
And he didn't like the fact that they didn't. They're like, oh, there's gonna be there's a showdown at that
no,
tower.
I like that.
And-
That was
bit.
Glasses.
and they never got to the
No,
tower.
I
because
like
that was
that.
just to get David out
No,
of his
and
cell.
I
Okay,
like
okay,
that.
okay, guys.
Okay,
like
We're
that.
talking over each other. Let's go one at a time. We got that. I understand his reasoning, but let's get to how we got to those points.
Okay,
Sure.
so they are in the
Hospital.
they're in the hospital.
Psychiatric facility.
They're she has 3 days to cure them, and they
She pretty much has convinced 2 of them that
She-
they're crazy.
right. She convinces David and Kevin,
Horde, yeah.
and most of the Horde to basically the Horde not to believe in the Beast, and for David, it's the fact, oh, he figures out why he questions that traumatic point in his life that made him believe that he's unbreakable, and the fact that what his weakness is.
Well, that doesn't make any sense why you wouldn't think that scene was important, because that literally sets up the movie for what happens.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, that doesn't make any sense. I mean, maybe you could have cut it down 10 minutes, but everything in that scene is supposed to make you
Oh,
uncomfortable.
God. That was the best scene with her. She was so phenomenal in
Right.
that scene. And to make the Horde question itself.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yes.
To make all of Patricia and
Because Patricia was
A
the
true
most
believer.
important.
yeah.
I liked her.
To-
She made
to-
PB&J sandwiches. She's like,
Yeah.
would you like a PB and jelly?
Yeah.
Would
You
you
know-
like a peanut
That
butter and
was
jelly
rude,
sandwich?
dear.
Yes,
And you know what's amazing is a lot of people, what they commended, even if they didn't like the movie, is that in every scene when James McAvoy
Oh.
changed who he was, you knew who he was going to.
Yeah.
He didn't have to say anything. Like when he did this,
Yeah.
like grabbing by the collar,
Oh,
you knew it was
Patricia.
Patricia.
Yeah,
He
that's
fucking
Patricia.
stole the show.
And you knew
He
every
did.
scene
And
he
you
was
knew
in.
who Dennis was,
Yeah.
like, instantly.
You always knew when he was changing. He didn't have to say a word. It was just the manner of his face just changing. You're like, oh, that's
and
Patricia.
the-
Oh,
So
that's
good.
Dennis.
The fact that while he's in his cell in his room, he keeps running at the light and flashing, and new personality, run, new personality, because he's trying to get one of the horde back into the light.
Yeah.
And that's what he's doing. And the other ones are trying to keep him out of the light, and it's
Which, just as a note, one of the best parts of that scene, or best parts of just being in the psychiatric facility, is seeing the 24 toothbrushes.
Yes, that's
for
great.
each one. But if you didn't notice that, there's only like 3 or 4 years because most of the horde is never seen through the movie.
Yeah.
like there's 20. There's 23 personalities. 24th would be the
It's
Beast.
Kevin, yeah.
Yeah. Well, 24th would be the Beast.
Oh, yeah.
And like 11 of them are part of the horde, and then the others aren't.
We're in the psychiatric facility. Now, also to remember, the most important thing is that Glass is doped the fuck up.
Well, supposedly.
Supposedly doped the fuck up. And one of the things is because he's so smart. He's just a mastermind. So Sarah Paulson comes into his room and is like, and this is very important.
She tells him, "Hey, David Dunn's here," and a new one is here.
And then she's talking about the fact that there's 100 cameras throughout this facility, and that whatever you do, I'm watching you at all times.
At all times, 360 views.
Sometimes that's why the villain should never...
Inside and outside camera views.
Yep, inside the facility and outside of the facility.
So we get into this whole thing where it's like they're starting to question are they superheroes? Are they real?
Except Glass knows he never doubted himself. Or any of the others.
Glass
and
never
that's
doubted.
how he saved the Beast, because he had a true belief in him.
Mm-hmm.
So turns out Glass was switching out ibuprofen or Advil or something.
He was switching out his meds for a different med.
Yeah.
Not going to do anything to him.
So he was monitoring what was happening. He was able to time when certain caretakers were coming in and out of the place. And he goes to the Beast and says, "Listen, I believe in you. I believe in you, and I believe that you are what you are. And I think we need to show the world exactly what you are, because while we're in here, nobody's going to believe you, and you're just going to...
You're a crazy person.
People.
You have to show people what you are.
Out in the world.
So they decide...
Well, then he goes tells David.
Well, he says the same thing to David, yeah.
He says, well, just to let you know, FYI, we're going to be here tomorrow.
We're
going to cause an explosion.
We're leaving tomorrow.
We're going to go exactly here, and we're going to do exactly this if you don't stop us.
Yep. Gotta break down this steel door.
Yeah.
Right. So they go to this it's a big showing for what's called the Osaka Tower. It's like the biggest building in the city
It's new. It's
brand new.
It's the grand opening of the Osaka Tower.
So it's basically planned out that Glass lets the Beast out. They get through everything. They go through the basement. They get out into the wherever they need to go.
There's a reason they go through the basement tunnels. Cameras.
All those cameras.
Well, that's not revealed until later.
Yeah.
Because if they had just walked out the front door, they'd have been able to make it to Osaka Tower easily.
Right.
Yeah.
They'd have been long gone. But they went through the tunnels.
And if you notice, he didn't let Glass can let somebody out. He doesn't let David out. He leaves David and says, "If you are what you are, you will be able to get out of here yourself.
I have shut off the water so you won't die. You'll be able to get out. So come stop us."
Mm-hmm. Because to control the Beast, they had lights to flash him between personalities, and to control David, they had huge hydro pumps.
Yeah.
Yep.
And if he got out of control, they would spray him.
And it happened once.
Yep.
So they get out, and of course there's the showdown. Now, what's also important to remember is there's the subplot, which got to give this to M. Night Shyamalan. He waited 18, 19 years to do Glass so
they could age.
They could age, and they could age that fucking kid from Unbreakable. It's the same fucking kid from Unbreakable.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So they get out there, and there's the subplot about each person that was important in the life of each person. So David's son, Glass's mother, and Anna
Casey.
Casey from left. Right. Because she becomes more sympathetic to him.
And she
because she liked Kevin.
Yeah.
And
right.
she feels
Help
a
her pay the
kinship
favor,
with
basically.
Kevin because she sort of understands.
And
Exactly.
You have to also remember at this point, Sarah Paulson has talked to all of them. And you keep seeing them going to these comic book stores, looking up what's a hero, what's a villain. Mm-hmm. Why are they any different than what a superhero is, even if you believe it's a mental issue?
Sarah Paulson believes that she's pretty much convinced them that they're not superheroes.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't know Glass is out and about. And she goes to the comic book shop because she's about to leave. And...
Well, you skipped a whole part.
I was about to say, she didn't go to the comic book shop till the end.
That's
well,
till
I know, but I
all
wasn't going to reveal that part yet.
Right.
It's just she realizes then that No, there's always a twist.
There,
Yeah.
Exactly.
She forgot a point.
Stupid Sarah
So-
Paulson and her stupidness.
So, well, Glass goes through the basement. He makes it
With the horde.
He specifically says we're going through the basement. You know, somebody else other than Beast might need to push me in this wheelchair so we can act like we're
Yeah.
just a patient going places. So they go, and as the Beast takes care of a couple guards that try to stop them, Glass wheels into a different room, a server room, where all
And does some
the
coding
cameras
bullshit, yeah.
are. Does some coding bullshit and then leaves. You know, you assume that it's to help them get out.
Right.
Right.
That he's maybe turned the cameras off.
Right.
Turn off the alarms.
Well, they get up to
And-
they get out into the parking lot basically of the
And-
psychiatric facility.
And police are there.
And there's SWAT, police, the family members and Casey are there, and they're trying to convince like Sarah Paulson, like, no, these are they really are superheroes. So suddenly you see David's out because he's broken through a fucking metal
And
door.
he's gone and gotten his overseer poncho.
Poncho, yep.
Yep. And then you see on the other side the Beast,
Who
And
has captured 2 workers that were coming in, thrown them in the back of a van.
Yeah.
Dennis did that, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Dennis did that to protect him.
Yeah.
But the Beast was like gonna fight the shit out of them or some shit like that.
The Beast, he eats people, so
Well, right.
food
Yeah.
source,
Yep.
I like to
potential
say
food
fight.
source.
Anyways, so they get into this huge brawl. You see like police cars go flying.
There's
You see the beast run like a beast.
Yep, he gets down on all 4s, runs over to him, slams David into the van.
It's
they
about to
fight,
tip over.
They fight back and forth, slamming at each other into the van and everything.
Now
and-
remember, we're talking about they are in the front. They are nowhere near the Sasaka Tower.
yeah, they are in They are in the parking lot.
Right. And so you see David like bend like a metal pipe to keep the police
yeah.
officers safe.
The police officers show up, and 4
Yeah.
of them are on. 4 of them on.
And while
Kevin.
he's doing that, Glass says, "Hey, remember that water tank over there, beast?"
He's got a weakness.
Yeah.
Get him into it, and
Yep. But this is right before it turns out that David, or no, it was David's son, reveals that the reason why the Horde becomes the Horde, spoiler alert, is because Kevin's dad, who had been protecting Kevin from his mother, died in the same train accident that turned David into unbreakable and ended up killing him.
So the beast, whoop, Glass,
Beats the fuck out of
yeah.
him.
Well, he doesn't even beat the.
He punched him.
He
He
punches
just-
him once in the
Yeah.
chest,
And
and then drops him.
yeah,
So somebody with glass bones, okay, all of his insides are ruptured.
yeah, they're
Yeah.
done, yeah.
And then he drops him. Okay, his shoulder just broke.
Yeah.
All
Probably
kinds
his whole
of.
back,
Oh, he
spine,
was-
hip.
That was
He was
twist number 1.
twist. Yeah, twist number
Which is
one.
the best
Yeah.
twist of the movie.
Twist
and
number
it's
one
great.
is
I liked it.
Glass
I liked
made two superhuman beings with one train accident. David and Kevin, because of the trauma that Kevin goes through, because his dad died on the train.
Yeah.
Right. And it has a flashback to the very first movie with them. And this is what I like so much. This had been planned for years.
Yep.
Because it specifically showed that guy. And at the time, you don't understand it. And now it makes so much sense.
Yep.
I mean,
So then we get into this.
this is the long con here.
Yeah.
So David's like, "Hey, we haven't finished our fight," not realizing that the next thing that the Beast is going to do is throw him into his tank that was protecting or keeping him from getting out of his room.
Yep.
So he
Jumps up there in the tank with them.
Yeah. So he
They're
starts to
fighting.
drown.
He starts to drown. He barely makes it out alive. Hitting the side, breaks the side of it, and water pours out
This
into
is
the parking
when
lot.
I'm pretty sure Bobby starts to turn. This
Yeah.
is when it starts to
Because
happen.
this is where shit gets real. And I got super happy. Sarah Paulson comes up.
So Bobby, do you want to explain it from your perspective?
Sure. Let's ruin a fucking awesome movie with a twist that was not built up at all. That's the problem I have. You can't do this, and they're
Bobby,
Sorry.
calm
Okay, I'll
down,
calm down.
just a little bit.
Okay. So Bruce Willis is drowning, and
Well, he's not drowning.
he's fucked.
He's coughing. He's
He's
weakened.
coughing.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's weakened as shit. Oh, I see the police come over. Oh, they're gonna help him. Nope. Let's hold his fucking head in the
But
puddle.
that's not what happens first. Sarah Paulson says,
Oh yeah.
Just-
Well, no,
monologue.
he starts drowning
Yeah.
him, and while he's drowning him, she's like,
She's
"Hey,
monologuing.
she's like,
Yeah,
I
Mom.
want to. No, did I almost convince you?
Yeah.
And she's like, because I try to convince superheroes they're not heroes.
Yeah. And the
We
thing,
can't have you running around
Can't
the
have running
world.
around. And then
They kill him.
Yeah, they kill him. And then Anna.
Well, he grabs her hand. She's like, "Take my hand."
And he sees
he sees the flashback of her at a
like a
meeting,
diner.
A diner,
in just a random restaurant.
Yeah.
And then when she reaches her hand out, you see she's
That's
got
why
a
she wore
three-leaf
long
clover.
sleeves the entire time.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So
I never saw it. I never saw it at all.
We need to go rewatch it.
Yes, I mean, I want to
Because when
rewatch
I
it anyways.
saw the leaf, I'm like, that's not a good guy. Or maybe it's just I've seen too much G.I. Joe. That's Hydra right there.
Right.
But anyway, and then Bruce Willis dies. Sad face.
And of course, Glass dies because
He's
chest
fucking-
punch.
All of the
But
the
before
internal
he
injuries.
dies, he's like, his mama's like, this isn't, blah,
This
blah, blah.
wasn't a final showdown.
Yeah,
This was,
he's like, this wasn't a final showdown. This was a creation story.
This is the origin
This is
story.
the origin story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Uh,
fucking
Anna
Casey
talks to.
starts talking to the Beast and
Yeah.
is
And
calming
pulls
him
Kevin
down,
out.
pulls Kevin back out, and they shoot him.
Yeah.
Well, that was actually the first thing that happened.
Yeah.
And
then David gets
then
killed.
David drowned, and then
Glass
the
Kevin
origin
dies.
story.
Yeah.
So the reason why that they had to pull Kevin in because they can't kill the Beast with just a regular gun.
Yeah.
Kevin has to be the one to die.
Well,
And
it's
Kevin
not even.
does it.
It's literally any member of the Horde, anybody else,
But
anybody.
what sucks is Kevin says, it's not so bad in the light. I wish I had more time. Oh,
Yeah,
God.
exactly. At the end, but he also
Okay.
all the other Horde members start coming out too.
Go ahead, Bobby. Everybody's interrupted you, but go ahead.
And then, what was that gonna happen after that? Kevin dies. They're all sad.
Glass dies.
Everyone's died.
Everybody's died. So then,
All
our
three
main
of our
three are
superhero.
dead.
Yeah.
Our main three are dead. And then it goes to where Sarah Paulson's in a fucking
the
comic book shop,
Yeah.
being like, she's like,
And she overhears two people talking.
yeah.
Yeah, she overhears two people talking about, oh, the villain's always got a master plan.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
always.
Oh, you might think you've beaten him, but he had something planned.
And she's in the back of her mind going, no, I am the mastermind in this. He wasn't. And then she goes, oh, shit. Maybe I wasn't. And she goes back and to check, hey, maybe, we deleted everything, right? He's like, yeah. And then they're
Yeah.
looking through the server. He's like, well, this is strange.
And
There-
this video has been sent to a private server.
Yeah.
Like it was live
That was
streamed. It was
twist.
live streamed somewhere else. This
Yeah.
was twist number 3.
twist number 3 comes in.
It was live streamed to somewhere else. Q
Goes
Samuel
to
L.
David's
Jackson.
son.
Q
Yeah.
Samuel L. Jackson's mom
Oh, she gets
Look-
the email first.
looking up everything.
On that
And-
old
and-
80s Mac, by the
Right.
Oh
way.
my god.
Old ass computer. Well, she looks up. She opens the email and it plays the video. And it's random. It's clips of superhuman feats.
Yeah. And,
And
that's
then
one
then
thing
David's
that's
son
bullshit.
gets it, and then Casey gets
Casey
it.
gets
There's no goddamn way that Max playing those videos that fucking fast.
That's what.
Well,
That's what sets running with the fucking technology don't work like that. Fuck this movie. No.
and
no.
and they
and then those three meet up at the train
Train
station.
station.
at a
And you
yep.
hear the narration from Samuel L. Jackson saying like, it was always going to be this. It was never about the Osaka Tower. It wasn't the ultimate showdown. It was an origin story. And what they do is they end up
Because
they-
people
Rele-
suppress because
releasing
they
it.
don't. They're like, maybe I'm a superhero. No, there's no such thing.
They release
They release it to
they
the
release
general
all
public
the
what
footage,
happened.
all the footage of these people doing superhuman strength.
And then you
they
see
give
people
they,
watching it like,
They give it to they give it to the news. They release it on YouTube. They
Yeah.
release it everywhere. They're sitting there going, like, it's been 2 hours. I haven't noticed anything yet. And then the news broadcast starts to play.
yeah. And people can't start looking at their phones and their iPads like, what the hell?
Right, exactly. It
Yeah.
puts it
I
out
still
there.
think the origin story is going to be David's son.
I think it's just
M. Night
random.
Shyamalan
Or
said
Casey.
that that's the end.
Yeah.
It's the end. That was the last movie, regardless of what happens
But
with it.
where they could go with that, like anybody
think-
could pick it up in the universe, be like, "Hey, this happened."
I think there's a reason why it's
I mean,
like
you've
that,
got
and
the
I'll
evil
say that.
organization.
Well,
and-
I'll put why I think that's why it's the last one and explain why. But we all had our own opinions about what happened. I loved it. Bobby absolutely hated it.
Well, yeah, I didn't hate the movie.
The movie was fantastic.
Yes. The problem I have the last 15 minutes is I don't mind twists. Twists are fine. But there has to be a slight hint or build
Yeah.
up. You can't just like
There was
it's essentially what happened at the end especially with the three-leaf clover thing is like what happens in fucking Family Guy, where it's like a random cut to a random bit that has nothing to do with the rest of the fucking movie. That's how it felt to me. And I don't mind it. All they have to do is like at one point where she's sitting at her desk, Just show the Clover, and then when the cop does, it's like, oh wait, they're connected. That's all I need. I don't need like shady
But
shit.
at the beginning, you knew something was wrong with her because she
Yeah,
popped up at their fight and said, "We've been watching you."
Yeah, I knew something was weird.
Yeah, you're gonna have to
but-
hurt people, David, to get out of here. She knew who he was.
Yeah.
That's your first clue.
That or-
She's some kind of big brother.
Or have she's working for the government or something. But the thing is, or the diner scene, you have her.
Play that in the middle. Play that in the middle of the movie.
Not even play in the middle. What you can do is you can just have her, because you know how they followed her home constantly and stuff.
Yeah.
Just have her going to that diner
Over and over again.
over and over and over again, and then like maybe when she's grabbing the menu, you can see the Clover. Then it all ties together neater. Then like, oh wait, these cops are bad. Oh wait, Sarah Paulson's bad. You know what I wanted to happen in that movie after that the Three Clover? Did y'all see Bird Box?
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately.
I want her to get hit by that goddamn bus like she did in that fucking movie. After I saw the Holy Clover, I'm like, oh, come on,
I think
Horde.
that's what I liked about it is you shouldn't have assumed she was good.
I know. I didn't assume she was good.
No, we never assumed she was good. We never assumed. You never assumed that she's good, but you
the
never
movie's
assume.
not about her, so
Yeah.
why would we get backstory? I like that
Not
it didn't
backstory,
wrap
but-
up
but the thing
like
is-
in a bow.
But the thing is, we still have those scenes of her after work tied into the story a little bit more. I'm not asking you to give me like have her giving the speech to the other Clover people.
Yeah, I think what Bobby's saying is like just one thing talking about the 3-leaf clover before it got to the 3-leaf clover.
Yeah, but why? What did
Because-
it have to do with David and Glass and the Beast?
Because they're
Nothing.
watching them. I think
Nothing.
I don't like that twist where there's no
They're
build-up.
watching them and they killed them.
Yeah, but that still had nothing to do with the actual story.
Yeah.
I guess if you think about it from this perspective, then instead of it being the perspective of a movie watcher, think of it as the perspective as somebody who's locked in a psychiatric facility.
And that's what we're looking at
Yeah.
this from David and Glass and
Yeah,
Beast's
but I can't
perspective.
do it because I'm not crazy. I am, but cocaine.
But like, if you're thinking about it, the only time you really
What-
outside of the very end of the movie when you start having these flashes with Bruce Willis, you never see anything when they're inside the psychiatric facility outside of the psychiatric facility, other than with the scenes with their son, the daughter, and the mother.
Okay, you know what they could have. Okay, here's what they could have done
Casey and the
instead.
And
When-
even that, it's still in most of it's
The
in the
son was doing a
psychiatric
bunch of
facility.
fucking research, right? Just have like when he's researching and stuff, he's pulling up like a bunch of different websites. Have the Clover on his wrist pop up or something. That's all you need to do. And it's a little.
Well,
bit hint right
he's
there.
David's son's security. Have him be paranoid.
Yeah,
and
and watching-
follow her.
Yeah.
and see
And it ties
her
it
go to the diner at the
Every time.
at the same time.
But why?
Every couple
because
days.
you know what? Let me
just
put
to
this
set it
perspective.
up and
As
not
a
be
viewer,
like, hey.
the fact that it shocked me so much what she said, I would never give that up. As a viewer, and be like, oh my god, like that
I
was
think, yeah.
such a good
I can see it from both
to
sides.
not know it was.
Oh,
Yeah.
I enjoyed the twist. What I liked a little more build up before the twist, a little bit.
I think the point of it being was that it wasn't supposed to be the twist. It was like, here's the secondary twist. The third twist is the twist that we need.
And I
to
have a
get.
because
problem with
I
that
like
shit,
that
too.
she pretty much convinced me that maybe they're not superheroes.
And I love that bit until she.
But we wouldn't have believed
yeah.
it if we had known she was bad.
Yeah.
I'll agree with
The
that.
next twist I have a problem with, not of like Samuel L. Jackson doing all that stuff. That's expected. He's a mastermind. It's fun. I don't like every fucking TV studio trying to make their own expanded universe. I wanted a neat little bow, but then they have to do the whole thing where they're saying the train station, oh, we're gonna get more superheroes at some fucking point. I'm like, stop. Just let it end with
It
them.
would have been nice to have just
Stop.
ended it there.
Like, no, what they should have ended it at after the Clover twist, do the whole thing with Sarah Paulson finding out he sent an email out and just showing those three characters getting the email.
Yeah.
Leave it up to, because I don't like, every time a studio, besides Marvel, has tried to make an EU, hasn't fucking worked. Even Star Wars Solo fucking failed. DC kind of sucks until Aquaman and Wonder Woman. And then the Universal Horror Universe, they tried doing it twice and it's failed. Don't focus on a story first. You got a good story and you can tell more other stories within this universe, then build. Don't go gung-ho.
Or say it's an origin story and just leave it there.
Yeah.
Because maybe it's the origin of anarchy.
Yeah, just have the movie end with those three getting the email,
Right.
And him saying, "No, this was in the final battle, or whatever. This is an origin story."
And boom,
that would
that's
have been
it.
fucking sick.
I
Yeah,
would have
and then
enjoyed
boom.
that.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
you got to drag it out like, "Oh, we're all here at the train station."
Yeah, and it's like really
Yeah.
more superhero because when I thought, was it the origin of? anarchy? Are they people going to overthrow the government?
And
Right.
besides Anna Joy Taylor, the other side characters fucking suck. Like, you don't need the two orderlies getting character development. That could have been some more time on Kevin and all of them.
Yeah.
Well,
Or the side
like
characters.
the one orderly talking to the guard.
Yeah, we don't need that shit.
For 5 minutes.
all
like
you have to do for that is just glance at the camera. Oh, he's still talking to him, or some bullshit like that.
right.
Only the son can't fucking act. There's a reason why he's been in a movie since then. He's fucking really weird. I think he's on the spectrum in real life. I don't know. I feel bad, but he can't act. And then the old lady can't act. To be fair, she was barely in it. And then I feel really bad because Anna Joy Taylor's a really good actress.
And Sarah Paulson is too.
Yes, I wish
She's
they just got
phenomenal.
more time in some form or fashion. Also, I have a crush on Anna. So
I was
it's
about to
fine.
say, yeah, she's fucking hot. So.
She was incredible actress too. When she first was in Split.
Oh
it's
God.
like,
She's in
Jesus,
the
who
New
is
Mutants
this?
movie, and she's
The what?
The one of the X-Men movies that are coming out.
Okay.
The New Mutants.
Yeah, she looks hot in that
I
shit.
can't wait to see that.
She
I
looks
hate
good.
that they keep pushing it out though.
Right.
Because of the whole Fox and Disney acquisition.
Oh, is that
Fox,
what it
yeah.
is? Oh.
Yeah, and they apparently had to reshoot like half the movie because like
Oh.
Disney execs saw it and like it sucked apparently. So
Oh.
yeah,
I can say that what I liked is that I think the origin story bit, I think what it's not, I don't think it was supposed to set up another universe or anything like that. I think what it was setting up was the fact that outside of Glass and Unbreakable and all of that, there are so many superhero movies going on. It's like this was the origin story of how these other things come into play.
yeah, it might be. But what you could have done with that is like have like a Marvel Films exec like at the end like pull up the you can like cut to Marvel Studios or something like some kind of studios
That'd
like,
be good.
and look at it like, oh, we can make this work because people believe in it now or something.
Right.
But the best part about this movie is the cinematography.
Yeah.
M. Night Shyamalan, when you go rewatch it, because I found it online and rewatched it, a lot of the scenes, like especially like the scene where it's Kevin and the orderly, they shoot it so many different ways, and it's like, and it's not just when it's a different personality. It's like the camera moves a certain way, they come in a certain way, and then the fucking colors.
Yeah.
The colors in that violet room, beautiful to look at.
Oh, the fact that when you're actually watching everything,
Yeah.
you don't get a whole lot of. I mean, you get a lot of in person everything, but you also get a lot of here's a camera view of this.
Yeah.
Like you get the camera view of David bending
Yeah.
the bar.
And there's a problem with there's also a problem with the camera when they fight outside in the courtyard. Holy shit! It's like it's 05 again, and they zoom really close up to their faces, and I'm like, can we just see can we get some outside shots of this?
Right,
Because
right.
it felt like Batman Begins, where they zoom in way too close, and it's too claustrophobic.
Well, I
can't
think
see
what they're
anything.
trying to do is that the big scenes, the big scenes where they showed a superhuman thing was always shown through the camera, the security camera itself. And I think that was supposed to be a foreshadowing for what's happening
Yeah.
in the movie. I think that was foreshadowing.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, because it was like you only saw these amazing things that they did and when they did it through a security camera. So I mean, I really love the movie. I didn't have a problem with the twist. I like Angie. I don't really need a lot of build up for a twist.
And it's an M. Night Shyamalan movie, so when it comes out on the special edition Blu-ray comes out or whatever, there's gonna be like 15 different fucking endings.
Right.
So I'll watch those.
Yeah, or they might have expanded a little bit more on Sarah Paulson's
Yes.
thing.
Or like have director's cut.
Right.
Right.
So
And he financed the entire movie himself. He
he
fronted all $20 million.
he was like, I'm going to finish this movie because I'm wrapping this up. This is it. This is the last of it.
He took 20 years to do it, but he got it. Got it
Well,
done.
to be fair, like after Signs, he had The Happening, The Village, The Lady in the Water. You can only make so many stinkers before studios lose
Oh,
faith
I
in
loved The Lady
Right.
in the Water.
you. It got fucking panned. There was one other
I
one
know,
he did.
but I
There's
loved it.
there's
I
The Happening,
absolutely loved it.
Lady in the
hated
Water, The Village. There's one more I'm fucking forgetting.
The Village had the most. Just, it was good, and but like
The
same
Last
time, you're just
Airbender.
like, but it was
Yeah.
so scary before you did the
Before,
ending.
oh, we're actually in the 2000s.
Yeah.
Dumb. That's why his thing is, what a twist.
Yes, but I didn't like the Lady in the Lake, Lady in the Water.
Lady in the Water.
Yeah,
I hated
so
that movie.
Loved it.
Hated that movie.
I've never seen it.
The little
wait-
scary things in the grass. I'm still scared of tall grass.
No,
They're
I
just
fucking
frogs.
no.
Yeah, exactly. That's what those
I
things were.
I went and seen that. I used a free movie ticket to
Oh,
see
fuck.
that movie, and I wanted my money back.
There's
Listen,
Right.
we
two
went to the
movies-
midnight release of The Last Airbender. Okay, you can't get that
Well,
time
there's
back.
been two movies I had Becky and I've gone to see together that I've walked out going, oh my god, and Becky's like, meh. Lady in the Water was one, and the other was Lucy. I'm just like, And Becky's like, really?
I'm
You
excited to
really
see
did
that.
like that?
Lucy is alright, but I wasn't like
the
I've been
ending-
transformed.
You know what the better
ending of Lucy.
You know what the better what the
Mm.
better version of Lucy is? Upgrade. Have you seen Upgrade?
No,
I haven't seen that.
It's the better Venom movie, and watch it and you'll see why. It's
Okay.
really good.
Is it on Netflix?
No, it just came out not too long ago. It's really good. But Venom actually wasn't bad either. I went recently saw that.
I liked Venom.
Venom was good. The problem is the best parts are Venom and Tom Hardy.
Yes.
Everyone else could have gotten fuck off.
Right.
It was so bad.
Okay, I
like
have
the
to
villain
pee, so we
was
gotta wrap it up.
so bad. Oh, sorry. Yeah, let's wrap it up.
No,
So
no. But
yeah.
so Bobby recommends you watch Venom and Upgrade.
yes, over this. Those are better. Well, Upgrade especially. That movie's
You're-
super underrated.
No, what Bobby said is that you should watch Glass up until the origin story, when Samuel L. Jackson. It's an
So
origin
watch up
story.
until they die
Okay,
and then just be
okay.
done with it.
They say that's how it ends.
Yeah.
All right. 1 out of 10.
I give it an 8 out of 10.
Angie?
This is difficult.
If you give it a 10 out of 10, I'm quitting
I'm
the
not.
podcast.
I'm not giving it a 10 out of 10.
The only movie
or 10 out of 10.
No, I think the only movie
No, don't do it, Bobby.
No,
Don't
I think
do
the only movie I'd ever give a 10 out of 10, and honestly, considering Spirited Away is my favorite movie, is Your Name.
Your name
That
was
was
10 out of 10 on. That's the only movie I would ever give a
I
10 out of
think-
10 on.
Well, I was very generous with Dragon Ball and gave it a 7, but I like Glass so much more.
Why
I
don't
would
you
have to give it a 9.5.
You could readjust your Dragon Ball score.
Yeah, maybe a 6 at the lowest. It was still a good movie. I enjoyed it, and I like how it told an entire story in that whole movie.
Right.
Like from beginning of Dragon Ball to the end.
Exactly.
Like it told that full story.
I'm going to give Glass 6. Because
When
I
it-
like 60% of the movie.
Okay, so if it was like they took out the last 15 minutes, what
Oh,
would you
good.
give
It gets at least an 8.
So you say 8 out of 10 up until the last 15
Yeah,
minutes.
8 out of 10. After that, you should probably eat a bullet.
Maybe
I
even 9
was about to say,
because I hated the son. Like he was pointless.
Yeah. Well, no, I do appreciate the fact that they brought the same actor back. That's really cool.
That's
But
about
fucker-
yeah.
All
That's
you
the
gotta
only
do
When
is-
reason.
they every
Yeah.
time they switched, though he did discover the dad thing.
Yeah.
But just get a better actor and just give him make it to look like the son slightly. That's all you gotta do. People do that shit all the time. in
But
sequels.
James McAvoy makes all
Holy
those movies.
shit.
That's
Like,
what he's getting
so
at least
phenomenal.
5 of those points.
The problem is he's not gonna get nominated, which he should because
Because he should have got nominated for Split. That should have won
It's
that
a genre
year.
film.
He
but
played
no.
24 characters in that movie.
And he played them well. Like I think you said earlier, we knew who every single one of those characters were,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, Becky said that.
especially
But-
Patricia.
Hot Daddy. What do you rate the movie at?
I'd give it a 7.
Okay.
Solid 7.
Fuck all of you.
No, the
No,
movie-
I
I'm
gave
just
it an
kidding.
8. I told you. 9 is like Spirited Away to me, and then 10 is Your Name.
I think
So
Split was a 10.
I give
That
Split.
was such a good
Ooh,
movie.
yeah,
Split
I
was
give
fantastic.
Split about a 9.
So if you compare Glass to Split, which I'm so on the high still of Glass, but it probably would come in at a 7. It
Yeah.
probably really does come in at like a
rewatch it and then
7.5.
rewatch it.
But because Split, that was
Split was amazing.
so good. And it wasn't Bruce Willis that brought the movie down.
No, Bruce Willis is good.
No,
he actually
yeah.
did give a shit. He just he was to do it for a paycheck. He's like,
It-
I like this director. I'm actually gonna act.
It was the
It
twist.
was the side characters for me.
The
Yeah.
twist is what did it for me.
Now,
It, like
in y'all confuse your dislike because it's like the side characters were involved in a twist.
yeah, the side characters were all involved in a twist. Well, not all
Yeah.
of them, but yeah,
Well, okay, when I say side characters, I mean side actors.
yeah, like the son.
And
I think you
Actresses,
had
this
to
is
see
2019.
how nice that orderly was with his concern and care for people. Like from
you-
No, he
Samuel
did
L.
that,
Jackson to
'cause-
the guard, and then Samuel L. Jackson had no qualm just cutting his throat.
Yeah.
Dead. So it really puts you in perspective that if you start sympathizing with Glass, which you tend to do, I do.
You let your guard down. He's
Yeah,
gonna fuck you
and
up.
That's
then
what happened with Sarah
boom,
Paulson.
he's gonna kill you.
Well,
yeah.
you also think that he's practically brain dead because
Yeah,
his meds
because
he's on,
this guy has
and he's
been
not.
nice to him for years, like genuinely nice to him.
Right. No, unlike
Didn't
the
mean a thing.
unlike the dick guard that almost dropped a flashlight on his leg for no
that guy
reason.
deserved it. Like,
He deserved to die, definitely.
Hey, Becky.
Hey, Becky,
Hi, guys.
where can they find us?
Oh, Jesus Christ. You can
Wait,
find-
hold on. You have to do the where can they find us, but you also have to do it as in anime Super Saiyan voice.
I'm
Becky,
going to
where
pass.
can they find us?
You can find us on Facebook at The Free Rotation Podcast. You can find us on Twitter at The Free Rotation. We're also on Instagram at The Free Rotation Podcast.
over
And you
9,000.
can watch us on YouTube and Twitch at The Free Rotation.
And Spotify.
And Angie is working on the treasure hunting stuff.
Yes.
So
Yes.
we will have a series going up about
Yes.
Finn's treasure and stuff like. Thanks to all the comments that either told us we were wrong or wishing us luck. I appreciate it.
And
Right.
both at the same time.
And
usually.
both.
You're wrong, but I wish you luck.
So you can also find us at Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Play, wherever you listen to your podcasts. Like, rate, subscribe.
We be geeks.
And we are affiliates of Weeby Geeks. Make sure to check us out there. Why would you say that's our hosting site?
I don't know. It does something.
That's our hosting site. If you want to check
and sometimes they retweet
all of our
us.
content out,
And then the other one,
we're at TheFreeRotation.com.
the one we get paid for.
Radio Network.
Radio Public.
Yeah, Radio Public.
You can check us out on Radio Public.
Spotify.
That has ads. Okay.
What about SoundCloud? Bobby, you missed it. You're.
I just get in more class!
You scared me.
We're talking about, he's helping me out with something, and I was like, cool, let me go with your desk and show you a good time. And he goes, he went, Jesus Christ. I'm like, I'm sure he did too. I mean, he was with 12 guys for like 5 years. Of course they sucked each other's dicks.